Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Total number of COVID-19 cases rises to 177 with 9 new positive cases reported in the state today. Recovery rate reaches to 52%. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio says state government has so far spent 127.11 crore rupees to fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Nagaland government collects 3.6 crore rupees from COVID-19 cess in the last 2 months. And Naga People's Front criticizes cabinet decision to regularize the contractual medical officers as blatant violation of recruitment procedure. Another 9 new positive cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the state, taking the tally of confirmed cases to 177 today. In a tweet, Minister for Health and Family Welfare, S. Pangyapom, said that out of 418 samples tested, 5 are from Dimapur Quarantine Center and 4 from Peran Quarantine Center were detected from positive for the virus. Out of the total 85 are active cases, all of which are asymptomatic, while 92 recovered. The recovery rate of the state stands at 52%. The central government today said that the recovery rate of COVID-19 has reached 51.07% in the country, and a total of 169,798 people have been cured in the country. Union Health Ministry has directed that the bodies of suspected COVID-19 cases will be handed over to relatives immediately without waiting for lab confirmation. The bodies will be disposed of with precautions as per ministry's guidelines. This direction came in compliance of Home Minister Amit Shah's order in this regard. As per Home Ministry's directions, AIIMS Delhi has set up a 24/7 COVID-19 helpline. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio today said that the state government has so far spent an amount of 127.11 crore rupees to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Addressing a press conference at Kohima, Rio said out of the 127.11 crore rupees, an amount of 24.75 crore rupees was received from the central government, while 99.42 crore rupees has been sent from state's own resources, and an amount of 2.95 crore rupees from the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. Stating that the fight against the pandemic has just begun, Rio said, with the rising instances of positive cases in the state, the government will have to invest more in health infrastructure and related activities to ensure that the spread of the pandemic is contained to the quarantine and isolation facilities. The Chief Minister said the state government has been providing the financial assistance to those stranded, bearing the cost of bringing them back home and keeping them in quarantine centers at the cost of the state exchequer, besides preparing the quarantine centers. He said expenditure has also incurred on providing facilities such as BSL labs, TrueNat testing machines, ventilators, medicines and personal protection equipment to the health and frontline workers at our own cost. He also informed that the salary expenditure on account of the new recruitment post of 53 doctors and 143 nurses is estimated at 11.07 crore rupees annually. Rio further added that the state government through the Labour Department has extended assistance of 3.80 crore rupees to 19,000 for the 6 construction workers from cess fund by depositing 2,000 rupees each through direct transfer to their bank accounts. Nagaland government has collected an amount of 3.6 crore rupees from COVID-19 cess in the last 2 months, out of which 0.24 crore rupees was collected in the month of April and 3.36 crore rupees in May this year. This was informed by Chief Minister Nipirio during a press conference held today. He said estimated collection for the financial year 2020-21 is 37.25 crore rupees. Rio said the collections so far are a fraction of what the state has already spent without budgetary support. He said the coming months will continue to see significant expenditure in the transportation of returnees, their feeding expenses, purchase of medicines and equipments, cost of BSL labs and others. Stating that the amount being collected from the COVID cess are nominal in the extraordinary circumstances that we are faced with, Rio said we have to take measures to tap all possible resources so that the state does not face a financial collapse. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. The Naga People's Front NPF has expressed concern over the imbroglio in the Department of Health and Family Welfare on the recent decision of the State Cabinet to regularize the contractual and contingency medical officers under the department. In a press communiqué, the NPF said the very decision of commissioning public servants without following the laid-down procedures is a blatant and atrocious disregard for the law governing the land and can only be termed as an act of nepotism. Understanding that the present situation in the state has demanded for an urgent need for trained medical personnel and a need for contingency doctors, the party pointed out that a logical progression to this scenario would have been the extension of the contracts till such time as the government needed their services. Demanding that a cabinet decision on regularization of contractual and contingency medical staff is put on hold, the NPF called for recruitment of trained medical personnel as regularized appointees through Nagaland Public Service Commission and only after undergoing the prescribed probationary period. The party further said this would ensure that all qualified candidates have an equal opportunity for employment under the state government and no one is discriminated against. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today said that a road built by Border Road Organisation (BRO) in Lipulekh is very much in Indian territory. Speaking to party workers of Uttarakhand through a virtual rally, Singh said, Indo-Nepal ties is not ordinary and both countries are bound together by roti beti and no power in the world can break it. He said if there is any misunderstanding between India and Nepal due to the road, it will be sorted out through dialogue. The minister said the link road to Lipulekh built by BRO will significantly shorten the time taken for the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that India today is a source of trusted talent and competitive skills for the global economy. In his keynote address at the 3rd Annual Conference of Protectors of Immigrants in New Delhi today, Jaishankar said human resources are at the core of India's engagement with the world. He said a focus of the government has been to provide better opportunities and welfare measures to prospective migrants. The External Affairs Minister said India has been engaged in negotiation with foreign governments to provide ease of travel and opportunity through migration and mobility agreements. He said, as with the rest of the country, the protectors of immigrants must rise to the challenge of reviving the post-COVID economy and engaging with the post-COVID world. Dr. Jaishankar said the government is focusing that negative economic consequences of the pandemic on Indian talent abroad are mitigated. District Task Force DTF COVID-19 Kohima held a meeting today in Kohima in regard to Chief Secretary's recommendation for release of returnees who have tested twice of negative result from paid quarantine and institutional quarantine to home quarantine for Kohima and other districts. Briefing the meeting, Deputy Commissioner Gregory Tejawele, who is also the chairman of DTF Kohima, said the same recommendation has been forwarded to the Chief Secretary War Room, and once it is approved, the DTF will intimate the concerned districts and release the inmates. The recommendation for 59 inmates for the districts of Zonapudo, Kohima, Tuensang, Pek and Mukukchung has been forwarded for their release. And now to the news, here are the main points again. Total number of COVID-19 cases rises to 177 with 9 new positive cases reported in the state today. Recovery rate reaches to 52%. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipurio says state government has so far spent 127.11 crore rupees to fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Nagaland government collects 3.6 crore rupees from COVID-19 cess in the last 2 months. And Naga People's Front criticizes cabinet decision to regularize the contractual medical officers as blatant violation of recruitment procedures. With that, we end the evening news.